This one is that time Obama stalked me at a coffee shop. Stick with that. I worked for an alternative weekly, Washington City paper, for 26 years. I left at the end of 2011. I decided to take some time off, hang out with my kid and my mom. Mostly going to the doctors with my mother. Things were going wrong. The warranty was running out on all her parts, and she was 87 years old. As many doctors as we went to, it didn't work. And then at the end of the year, she died. It was experiencing a level of grief that was almost exhilarating. I had like nothing I'd ever been through. But I also am old enough to know a lot of people who've been through the same thing, and the world doesn't stop. The world doesn't care about my grief. So intellectually, I knew that. I had all these stories that people had asked me to do, and that I just had not acted on for months, and I go, I'm going to get back into work. And so I go to this coffee shop called The Coop, where I used to work in DC. There's like 5 chairs, 5 cozy chairs, like a cool coffee house would have. And there's 5 people who don't know each other on their laptops doing their own thing. I start this story that I had promised the Washington Post. And 15 minutes into my new normal, my working, a man comes up to me. He goes, I'm gonna have to check your bags. The president is coming. I'm with the Secret Service. And I'm going, wow. We all look at each other, us 5 strangers, and it was like an elevator. I'm like, this is incredibly cool. And I just say, as a joke to the person, I go, how did he know I was here? And at the time, my friend Jay Carney, he was President Obama's spokesman. And so instead of working, I emailed Jay. I go, your guy's coming over here. I'm at a coffee shop. And Jay had come to my mother's funeral and had said very nice things at the opening of the press briefing the day before. And he emails me right back and he says, he knows about you, don't leave. As soon as he says, he knows about you, don't leave, I start typing up jokes, stupid. I don't want to blow my chance. About 20 minutes later, the cavalry shows up outside. Here comes Obama. I see him come in the door. He says hello to the manager. And then he turns around and he starts heading right for me. And then there's a guy behind him who's going, are you Dave? Obama had already decided I was Dave. So if I wasn't Dave, this was going to be an awkward scene. I had already been standing. As soon as he came in, all 5 of the people around, everyone was standing going, this is incredible. And he starts talking. He puts his hand out and he says, Jay told me about you. I went through this myself. You may not know this, you may not understand this, but things will get better. You can't believe this now, but they will get better. And he's saying this, and he looks just like Obama, and he sounds just like Obama. This is very weird. My jokes just went to hell. I didn't say it. I just started repeating, it's an honor to meet you, sir. It's an honor to meet you. Totally, and I'm crying, and like there, instead of fucking laughing, I'm crying. And he stayed for it was like 45 seconds probably, shaking my hand. It seemed like an hour. It seemed like it went on forever. And then he leaves, and I'm just standing there stunned as he goes around to glad hand other people who were there. There was a media event for him to talk to young people about Obamacare. And the woman who was sitting across from me looks at me and she says, he really did come to see you. And I wasn't gonna tell her, no, he didn't. But then Obama comes back from around the corner and he's walking by with the Secret Service right past me and he gives me one of these. Thanks, Dave. He's a nice person. I know, this man I've met for 45 seconds, I don't need to ever meet him again. This is a good dude. As he's on the other side of the restaurant, my overwhelming thought was, I really want to call my mom and tell her this story. This is a great story.